Cuba, officially the Republic of Cuba, is an island country comprising the island of Cuba, as well as Isla de la Juventud and several minor archipelagos. Cuba is located where the northern Caribbean Sea, Gulf of Mexico, and Atlantic Ocean meet. Cuba is located east of the Yucatan Peninsula, Mexico, south of both the American state of Florida and the Bahamas, west of Hispaniola, Haiti/Dominican Republic, and north of both Jamaica and the Cayman Islands. Havana is the largest city and capital. Other major cities include Santiago de Cuba and Camagüey. The official area of the Republic of Cuba is 109,884 square kilometers, 42,426 square miles, without the territorial waters, but a total of 350,730 square kilometers, 135,418 square miles, including the exclusive economic zone. Cuba is the second most populous country in the Caribbean after Haiti, with over 11 million inhabitants. The territory that is now Cuba was inhabited by the Siboney people from the 4th millennium BC with the Guanahatabe and Taino peoples until Spanish colonization in the 15th century. From the 15th century, it was a colony of Spain, and slavery was abolished in 1886, until the Spanish-American War of 1898, when Cuba was occupied by the United States and gained independence in 1902. In 1940, Cuba implemented a new constitution, but mounting political unrest culminated in a coup in 1952 and the subsequent dictatorship of Fulgencio Batista, which was later overthrown in January 1959 by the 26th of July movement during the Cuban Revolution, which afterwards established communist rule under the leadership of Fidel Castro. The country was a point of contention during the Cold War between the Soviet Union and the United States, and a nuclear war nearly broke out during the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962. Following the collapse of the Soviet Union, Cuba faced a severe economic downturn in the 1990s, known as the Special Period. In 2008, Fidel Castro resigned after 49 years of leadership of Cuba and was replaced by his brother Raúl Castro. Cuba is one of a few extant Marxist-Leninist one-party socialist states, in which the role of the vanguard Communist Party is enshrined in the constitution. Cuba has an authoritarian regime where political opposition is not permitted. Censorship of information, including limits to internet access, is extensive, and independent journalism is repressed in Cuba. Reporters Without Borders has characterized Cuba as one of the worst countries in the world for press freedom. Culturally, Cuba is considered part of Latin America. It is a multi-ethnic country whose people, culture and customs derive from diverse origins, including the Taino-Siboney peoples, the long period of Spanish colonialism, the introduction of enslaved Africans and a close relationship with the Soviet Union in the Cold War. Cuba is a founding member of the United Nations, the G77, the Non-Aligned Movement, the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, ALBA, and the Organization of American States. It has currently one of the world's few planned economies, and its economy is dominated by the tourism industry and the exports of skilled labor, sugar, tobacco, and coffee. Cuba has historically, both before and during communist rule, performed better than other countries in the region on several socio-economic indicators, such as literacy, infant mortality, and life expectancy.